Hey, what is up, guys? My name is Mihai Bratu, and I'm back at it again with another iOS review. Today, I'm going to be reviewing iOS 6. Now, initially, I was thinking about waiting until I got my iPhone 5 on iOS 6 if I was going to get that. So, there's someone I'm going to be trying to trade my current iPhone 5 running iOS 8 with. They don't necessarily care about iOS, so they just care about, a phone that works. So I was thinking maybe I could trade for their iOS 6.0 device. However, that iPhone isn't necessarily mint condition. The power button doesn't work. However, I'm definitely going off topic. What this video is about is the compatibility of iOS 6 on the devices that run it, previously from the iPhone 5. Now, the two devices you're mainly going to see running iOS 6 is obviously the 3GS and the the iPod 4th generation. The iPhone 4 will also be one of them, as you can jailbreak and downgrade with the cool booter, and that's also a option. However, I have a 4S here, and before you guys go in the comments and say no, this is a CDMA iPhone 4 or whatever, I'm just going to show you guys the model number. If it would focus, you could definitely see that this is a iPhone 4S. Now, I don't know, for some reason it is not focusing, but there it is. That is the model number right there, A1387. Go on the Apple site and you will definitely see it is a 4S. And I'll show you that it does have Siri indeed. So I wanted to show you guys that these are all running iOS 6, and I'm sorry this one's charging, but I haven't used it in so long and I messed up the opening sequence. I'm just gonna try again. So yeah, this one has been in the box for a while and I haven't used it, so let's try this again. There we go. They're all running iOS 6 in different versions. This one is not running the newest 6.1.6, and now that I look at it, it actually looks like it has a red screen compared to the others. Now, about the brightness, I don't know. I'm going to try to put them at the same brightness, but you could definitely see this one's running 6.1.3. This one's running 6.1.6, the newest, and these are all the way I bought them. I didn't do any updates. I did not own these devices when they were launched. This one is 6.1.6, and yeah, so basically what I want to say is a quick little disclaimer here. The iPod 4 I have here, I did do a screen replacement, and the antenna for Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, the overall connection sucks on this one. So you will see the Wi-Fi going off, and you could definitely see it's just a low bar right now. This is not the iPod's fault, so don't go and assume that this has bad Wi-Fi. It was perfect until I did the screen replacement. But yeah, don't do a screen replacement on a device you really care about. I really don't care about this one. It's pretty old, so I decided why not. But yeah, so we're gonna definitely just go ahead and just look at what iOS 6 is good for. So the 3GS is the base, the worst device to run iOS 6, and I'm gonna be super harsh. Even though iOS 6 is my favorite iOS, I definitely do not enjoy using it on the 3GS. Okay, when I first bought it, yes, I did, because that was my only way of using it. But just the screen and the resolution does not make up for it. So the app support is pretty much identical to the iPod 4. By that I mean the app support is crap. I mean, it works, but it doesn't. So here's what I mean by it. So you have these apps on the bottom. These are the apps I installed right now for this video because I purposely know they will not work. So if I go into my app folders right here, these are actually the only apps I downloaded. So Subway Surfer for some reason doesn't download on iOS 6 anymore, and I'm actually going to turn off the brightness a bit. So what I wanted to show you guys is that Subway Surfers does not want to download on iOS 6 anymore. I got this 2 months ago, and it let me download a earlier version. It does not work anymore, and I assure you it crashed like I'm going to show you. So let's say we want to launch Angry Birds. So we're going to launch them on all of the iPhones here. This one is showing the logo, and so are these ones. And for some reason now it works for my video, which is actually a good thing, but you could definitely see they're really slow compared to this. They are really slow. The hardware cannot keep up with these. So if I go ahead and just open up Shadow Fight, it crashes on all of them. Let's open up some Smashy Road. And you can definitely see that it is slow. So I'm just gonna put like I'm 22. Continue. And I'm just gonna put some random ages because I know these are gonna crash. So yeah, it's like the app support is good in aspects of downloading the apps, but you could definitely see it just kicks you out. Now, some apps like Subway Surfers would actually work. While it didn't work on this one, this would give me a crash with it. For some reason now, it actually is working optimally on all of them. So yeah, the new ones are just not, they don't work. Like you could download them, but the hardware doesn't like allow them, or just the coding or something, it doesn't work. But you could definitely see that this does work. So my main idea here is that iOS 6 is a good OS and like speed and performance, but when it comes to apps, it's just Apple has decided to allow apps to download that don't work on the actual firmware. So that's where we run into our first problem. The second problem is just the fact that, you really are limited to functionality and features. However, in my opinion, I don't really care about those. You have YouTube, and that's all that really matters to me. However, if we take a look, you're going to definitely see some speed differences here. I don't know if I could synchronize this at the same time, but I'm going to try. So, okay, so those launched at the same time, but you will definitely see that the 4S will beat the 3GS. And yeah, these are way slower. Even in loading the actual page, these will take forever. So if you're gonna be using iOS 6, I would not suggest. And yeah, this is just like the antenna bar. That's the why it takes so long. As I said, it's not the iPod's fault. It's my fault breaking it. But it's just iOS 6 would work so much better on a better hardware, which is the 4 or 4S, and obviously the 5. And if you're running earlier versions of iOS 6, you could definitely see that some apps are slightly outdated, like the iFunny app. I don't know if you can see it, but the smiley face looks a little different. It doesn't want to focus for some reason, but here it is. That's the iFunny face right there, and here is the iFunny face on this one. So that's that. And if we go in like further inspection, just like opening up apps and stuff, you're obviously gonna see a delay on the older ones. So I'm gonna try to synchronize them again. So okay, that didn't work. Let's do that one more time. 3, 2, 1. Something about around those lines. So yeah, they actually work similarly. I think the iPhone 3GS is kind of like the worst to run iOS 6. iPod 4 is better because you also have FaceTime on it. But yeah, there's really nothing much else to say about this. Honestly, iOS 6 is an okay OS to run, and I'll show you guys that this is a 4S. Hi Siri. You gotta love the old classy Siri. I like it too. Well, yeah, guys, that was about it for iOS 6. A short review, although the video is a little long. I don't know what else to say. It's just that app support is the main problem with this OS. Otherwise, functions like calling, texting, and iMessage work perfectly. And also, FaceTime is one thing that doesn't work. So, if you're going to use this on a 4 or a 4S or even a 5, FaceTime will not work as it is it is outdated. It's an outdated server type thing, whereas this one has 6.1.6, a version that was not made for the 4S and 5. So yeah, that's the only difference about it. So otherwise, speed is as good as it can be. Obviously, this was the best firmware from Apple because it optimizes speed of all devices. But otherwise, it just crashes. And let's just actually try Angry Birds again. And I'm gonna be surprised if it actually loads up again, because yesterday it did not want to load at all. But look at that. I guess it wants to load again. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you really enjoyed this video. And if you did, be sure to drop a like, because I'm going to be posting more iOS videos. And if I do get my iPhone 5 running iOS 6, I will do a comparison versus iOS 10 and versus a newer iPhone. Thank you guys so much once again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.